Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Sheryl Kurland
Hello.
from Find Your Fabulosity. I'm Felice Shapiro from Better After 50, and I was really happy to get an email from your people about what you're working on and have been for a long time. And there was a subject line that really grabbed my attention about 6,000,
65,000.
65,000 lipsticks
Yes, that's a
donated
lot. Yes,
for domestic violence to be given out to the shelters.
correct.
Correct? Yes. So I just want to start by saying I put on my reddest lipstick I could find.
I like it.
Get on board. I never wear this color, but I wanted to be, with you at this particular moment. I was really excited to see what that 65,000 lipstick story was about. And it's an incredible story that I know BA50s would love to hear about. So Sheryl, can you tell us what is it? What happened with the 65,000 lipsticks? Like, how did you get 65,000 lipsticks?
Starting with, I never would have imagined that I'm doing what I'm doing today. And if somebody had said to me 5 years ago, Sheryl, you're going to be building a nonprofit organization with lipsticks to benefit domestic violence victims, I would have said, you're talking about somebody else. I'm the wrong Sheryl. But it was a series of steps that led me to founding Find Your Fabulosity. And the 65,000 is the number of lipsticks we've collected today to give to domestic violence shelters and domestic violence victims all over the United States. And I was hoping for 10,000 and now we're at 65,000. It's just been an incredible ride and an incredible journey.
That is that the word incredible is definitely the operative word here. Now, let's back into this a little bit. We're talking about lipstick and donating lipstick to domestic violence, to shelters for women who are there because of domestic violence issues.
Yes.
And the lipstick piece is, how does that work?
How did the connection happen?
Yeah.
The connection was a magical moment. And through a series of steps, as I said, I was volunteering at my own local shelter. I'm in the Orlando, Florida area. And I was giving workshops that I created. I was a volunteer, and I was giving workshops on how to have healthy relationships. And I looked at the room when these women were there. There usually be like 6 to 8 women in the room. And to me, they were beautiful women. And to themselves, they thought they were just the ugliest thing walking the earth. And they felt purposeless and valueless. And I just said, how can I help these women feel like women again beyond these workshops? And I had a light bulb moment. Growing up, my mom always said, Sheryl, if you want to feel better, just put on a little lipstick.
Oh,
And that just came right to me. And so I went to a store and I bought lipsticks. And then I went back to the workshops with my lipsticks and I would give them out at the end. I just put them in a plastic Ziploc. And I said, I have a little something for you ladies just to thank you for coming tonight. And you would have thought I had given them the most glorious possession they've ever owned. And these women sat there and helped each other pick the right color. And they started chit-chatting like women. And just the pain in the room lifted. It was unbelievable. So it happened one time, and then it happened 2 times and 3 times and 4 times. And I said, oh my gosh, I have got to multiply this miracle by the thousands and form a nonprofit. And that's how Find Your Fabulosity was born. And the fabulosity is what I described to you, how these women just woke up and found their beauty. They found their fabulosity, and it just seemed an appropriate name for the organization.
that is a very, really moving story and a very visual story. We can all women BA50s can imagine how good that would feel. So what happens in the domestic violence shelters is probably more than what you work on, more than just about the lipstick at the end of the session.
Definitely. Yes. The shelters themselves have all kinds of wonderful programs for these women, but there was like this missing link that I kept seeing, and that was they just didn't see how beautiful they were anymore. And the lipsticks were like this magical wand that like I said, it just woke up. The woman in them woke up. And I really sat there and I went, man, these women have still got it going on. And then when I started buying the lipsticks, I bought sort of demure colors. I thought, well, these women don't want to stand out. Well, then I had women saying, do you have red? And do you have purple? And I'm like, this is incredible. So now it's all the lipstick colors that we send to the shelters.
And where do the lipsticks come from? Like, are they donations, or you raise money and then buy the lipsticks? Like, how does this work?
It's actually both. It's a combination of everything that I can think of. The lipsticks are donated by people, by businesses, by women's clubs, at women's conferences. Corporations will have lipstick drives. I kind of, whatever, anybody and everybody I can get to do a lipstick drive, I'll get it done. So that's one way, is lipstick donations. And even that in itself, there's stories behind a lot of them. I have one person who, when she turned 60, she had a lipstick drive to get 60 lipsticks. She ended up getting over 100. It's just women connect with the lipsticks. So they just are very, and the lipstick is not imposing as far as costly. So that's one way. And then another is, of course, financial donations. And we've had some wonderful opportunities to be given money from different businesses and organizations and clubs. And one of the coolest ones is in Orlando. There's a tire company that has multiple stores all around the city. And they had a fundraiser, which is kind of, you know, a tire store doing a fundraiser for lipsticks. But they really got into it, and they had a promotion. It was, you get $5 off your customer service if you donate $5 to Find Your Fabulosity. So nobody said no. And at the end of a month, they gave a check to us for over $300. So people have gotten really creative on their own with the lipsticks.
That's wonderful. So we will definitely put a link in to how people can donate, so that you can continue this wonderful work of
Thank you.
helping women see their beauty. And it sounds like fantastic work. And do you work in the centers still?
I do not work in the centers because this has become very full-time, and it's an all-volunteer organization, including myself. And it's the kind of thing where we build the lipstick supply. And as soon as we get a pretty good amount, usually 1,000, I'll get a group of volunteers together, and then we'll do an assembly line, and I'll send them all out, and then it starts all over again. And the need for the lipsticks is never ending. So that's really been what I've been concentrating on, but I still keep in touch with the women as far as women victims. And I often have them, I'll get a call now and then from a family member or friend, or even a victim herself. And I'll always reach out and try to help her, even though I'm not in the work in the centers anymore. And I'll even connect them to their local centers. A lot of times they don't know where the shelters are. And I'm very happy to do that. That's part of my passion and my mission.
That's fantastic. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to share this with us today. And we'll post the story on Better After 50 and then put the link on, and then hopefully Estee Lauder will read it, and Bobby Brown, and a few others, and maybe
all of them. We'll take them all.
Yeah.
There's no, people say, how many do you want? It's like one makes a difference, 1,000 makes a difference. Every single lipstick counts, because it's going to a woman and it's who's really in need of healing, and it's going to help her love the person she sees in the mirror again.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.